Hi, my name's Caitlin, and I am finishing up at Valencia this summer. I am in this class because I'm actually very interested in social media, and I'm actually a political science major, but I want to go more of the route of social media marketing, social media managing for campaigns and nonprofits and such, and maybe like political blogs. So my definition for media convergence is taking a story that's going to be put out in the media, and it can be spread out in a newspaper, on the radio, even Channel 13 News, like the news, but also using the platforms such as Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and Amazon and HBO and all of these places that can go and spread the same news story. Um, but also how like News 13 is a TV news, but they have a Twitter and they share their stories on their Twitter. Things like that would be media convergence for me. What I hope to get out of this course is more knowledge on branding and marketing social media wise, how to create a bigger following, but how to target the right people for what stories you're trying to put out, and the kind of marketing side of social media. I expect to learn skills of how to maybe make like a sort of branding for a social media platform. I'm expecting to possibly learn beginner aspects of targeting for marketing on social media. That's what I would like to learn. Would be the beginning aspects of how to target people and target ads on social media platforms. Practical skills I'd like to learn are how to use Facebook and Twitter and social media for more of a business side instead of a personal side. I've dabbled in it a little bit, but I'd like to get better and stronger at that skill. Um, I think the effect the media has on the public is so large. We're seeing it in our country today where people don't necessarily believe one news station, but they trust the other. And then some people don't trust them at all. That personally, I choose not to trust the media, and I do my own research, and I research all different stories from all different types of media. I research CNN story, Fox story, MSNBC story. I'll go and watch things such as Box News, which is on, believe, HBO, and they put out news stories that are going on. I'll go watch that. I will watch YouTube videos on the news going on. And I kind of base my opinion and get what's going on in the country and in the world based off of those aspects of what they're spewing out there and what they're saying and what they're reporting on. And I also read a lot of local blogs. So I like blog people that have like news sites, but they're not necessarily a huge company. I read more personal people's like opinions, and not just their opinions, but the facts that maybe the media is not reporting on, but they are, and take it into consideration. It may not always be right, but the media affects what goes on in our life now. It really affects our opinion on people in our lives, on our country, on our president, on our local elected officials, officials on a larger scale, our local stores, businesses, things like that. So the media kind of makes a big difference in what we're going to trust, what we're going to believe, where we're going to shop at times, what we're going to buy. And I don't think it's just the TV and Twitter and Facebook and all that doing it anymore. There's platforms like Amazon where people can just go upload their videos, and people could consider that news nowadays. Um, so an example of media convergence in my life is I literally use Twitter and Facebook to get my news. I don't have cable, so I use these platforms to go get my news. And usually it's clicking on a link, say like News 13. I click on their link and it leads me to back to their website. And so they're the more traditional news, and then using Twitter to get to that news would be kind of media convergence. Also, reading Facebook and clicking on it and it taking me to a podcasts, which could be like radio. I use things like that where I click on a lot of links on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and it takes me to a site that is more traditional media. And the most consumed type of media for me is definitely Facebook and Twitter. That is where I get the majority of my news. And sometimes, like I said before, I was clicking on a lot of links. Sometimes I don't necessarily click on a lot of links. I just read what's going on in the feed of my Facebook when I'm scrolling. And that's how I get my daily news. I do a little bit more research on other things that maybe I don't want to just form an opinion right away. I want to actually take in the news. But basic facts of what's going on in my city, what's going on in my state. I just in the morning will read Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and get my news for the day. So that's my most consumed type of media on a more daily basis. But I also like to use a lot of videos on YouTube and HBO to help with what's going on in our country as well. And so I hope this course will make my skills stronger in how I use Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and but also understand why maybe newspapers and radio and traditional news TV is still important. I'd like to know learn if it's really going to be around 10 years from now, and how to use social media to basically make businesses thrive. I'd like to open my own business doing social media managing for either political candidates or nonprofits, like I said earlier, but also just run-of-the-mill businesses. So I think it'd be very interesting to learn certain skills to optimize my knowledge in social media. So I can't wait for this semester, and I look forward to learning more. Thank you.